Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining us. While people keep joining us, the rules of the webinar are the same as usual. If you have any questions, you can put it up in the chat applet on your right hand side. Either you can put it up in the chat function or you can put it up in the Q&A. Inshallah, at the end of this webinar, we will be handling all the questions, whether it be related to the topic or any other topic that you'd like to discuss, as long as it is about Sharia compliant investing. Inshallah, we'll be able to handle all of those. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, we do not allow people to speak during the webinar. So if you have a question, please put it up in the chat function in the Q&A. While I understand Hindi as well, I will try and do this in English as well as Hindi. Mostly it will be English. So Hindi में भी कुछ बात होगी, Urdu में भी कुछ बात होगी. If there is a demand for people wanting to do this in Hindi or Urdu, inshallah, we will do this once more. We will continue doing these webinars quite frequently. As you can see, कुछ दिन पहले ही ये webinar हुआ था regarding the Green Portfolio PMS and the Green Portfolio Small Case. We are back again with another session. Inshallah, this session, as soon as we hit our minimum number, we will start. I think in the next 30 seconds, we will start. And in the meanwhile, let me just bring up my slides. I hope the slide is now visible. All right, let's start. Assalamu alaikum to everyone who has joined in the past 2-3 minutes. My name is Abdul Hadi Sheikh. I am the co-founder of Islamically. Thank you for joining us today. To start with, let's do our Durood al-Sharif. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Thank you for joining us. Inshallah, we will be speaking mostly in English, but yes, I will try and accommodate a little bit of Hindi as well. This is going to be a short webinar. We should try and wrap it up in approximately 1 hour, including the Q&A session. I will probably be taking about 15 minutes to 20 minutes in terms of the presentation. And beyond that, we dedicate quite a bit of time for the Q&A session. जज़ाकल्लाह खैर आज के इस वेबिनार को ज्वाइन करने के लिए हमारा 1 घंटे का ये वेबिनार होगा इंशाल्लाह पहले 15-20 मिनट मैं अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दूंगा उसके बाद 30-40 मिनट जो बचेंगे उसमें आप अपने जो भी सवालात हैं ये चैट फंक्शन में डाल दीजिए either in the Q&A section or in the chat section टाइप करके डाल दीजिए इंशाल्लाह do not repeat your questions we will be answering every question before we wrap up I do not have time constraint but given the time constraints of people, we will ensure that we wrap up this webinar within 1 hour. Let's get started. Last year, we launched a functionality which allowed investors or users of Islamically app to link their brokers to the Islamically app. That linking would allow you to invest into Sharia compliant stocks directly through the Islamically app. And in return, we would be able to monitor your stock holdings so that we can give you Sharia compliance status of your holdings. This functionality has been improved in the past 2 weeks, wherein a lot of new brokers have been added and a couple of new things have also been added. Inshallah, I'll be talking to you about this in this webinar. Thank you for a lot of people who have joined in today. Jazakallah khair. That is a testament to the trust that people still have and continue to have in the Islamically app above a lot of apps which have now come in the play. Let's get started. So this webinar is talking about the new Islamically update, which now supports outside trades and auto monitors for Sharia compliance. What do I mean by outside trades? What is auto monitoring of Sharia compliance? Inshallah, we will be taking you through everything in this webinar. The first things first. To enhance your trading and Sharia compliant monitoring process, let's go through step by step as to how would you link your broker account with the Islamically app account. This is a simple 4-step process As soon as you have downloaded the Islamically app, selected your market, paid up the subscription basis, the 1 month, quarter, semi-annual, or the annual subscription, wherein for the annual subscriptions, you get the maximum discount. And before I proceed, I also have certain good news, which you would have got through emails as well, that there is currently a discount going on the Islamically app. This is the month-end offer that we are running currently. Just apply the discount coupon code, which is month-end sale. I'll just put it in the chat box for everybody to have a look. It's called month-end sale. Yes, that's the discount coupon that you can use. So very simply, once you have logged into the Islamically app, after you have paid up your subscription for the respective market that you'd like to subscribe to, very, very simply on the top page of the Islamically app, you can see, go to the broker section on the Islamically app, wherein it says connect your broker in blue. Just click on that, an applet will open up, which will display to you more than 32 plus brokers across the world that you can choose to link your account. So step one is to download the app, get yourself registered, pay up your subscription. And once you are inside the app, you will have the home page itself, which will talk about connect your broker. Click on that. It will open up the choice of brokers that we allow to be linked. Select your broker, put in your broker credentials. Now here you have to use your own broker app or the broker website login that you usually use to access your broking account. So this is completely safe, completely secure. Islamically do not have access to your login IDs or your passwords or anything in your broker environment. Just that the two apps, your broker app and the Islamically app, will get connected using this functionality. So as soon as you click on the link broker, select the choice of brokers that you, the choice of brokers is given to you. Select your broker, input your username and password as you put in your broker app. Instantly, as soon as this thing gets validated, your homepage will change to something like this, which is on the fourth screen, wherein once you have linked your broker account, all your current portfolio holdings will get imported into the Islamically app, and a snapshot is given to you. The snapshot will talk about what are the number of stocks you have, what is the current market value of the stock, and what is your current holding value. In addition to that, the most important thing that Islamically does is to give you a snapshot as to, out of the entire portfolio that you are holding, which stocks are Sharia compliant and which stocks are not Sharia compliant. In the green and the red bar, as you can see on the screen currently, on the fourth picture on your right hand side, tells you that about 70% of your holdings are Sharia compliant and 30% of your holdings are non-compliant. If you would like to see which stocks are compliant and which stocks are not, just click on that banner and you can get access to which stocks are Sharia compliant and which stocks are not. Now, what are the key benefits of linking your broker with Islamically? So sync your broker and get instant Sharia compliant status for your overall portfolio or holdings, as you call it. So this functionality, as I explained to you in the previous slide, gets you instant update on what in your current portfolio is compliant and what is non-compliant. It tells you exactly which stocks you can continue to hold. It tells you exactly which stocks at the moment are non-compliant as well. This functionality allows you to trade only halal stocks. Ensure you can trade only in Sharia compliant stocks directly through the Islamically app. So once you have linked your broker to the Islamically app, all your portfolio gets auto monitored for Sharia compliance. In addition, once you link your account, your broker account to your Islamically app, you can also trade from the Islamically app. Let's say you're trying to search for a stock. Apple, Google, Microsoft, or Tesla, or whichever stock in the US market, whichever stock in any market across the world. Let's say in India, there's Reliance, or any other stock that you like to trade. You can check the universe. You get the buy now functionality over there. Click through in the buy now functionality. It will again open up your broker app. If it is not logged in, it will ask you to log in with the password. Once you log in with your password, which is of the broker app, you will be able to trade. The trade will get executed inside your broker app, as well as import the holdings inside Islamically. This, once you link your broker account to the Islamically account, another good feature that we have implemented basis the feedback that we have received so far is you will get alerts on if any stock in your portfolio changes to being non-compliant. So non-compliant stock alerts receive notifications when any stock in your portfolio turns non-compliant, with guidance on when to clear your position as per Sharia rules. So not only will you get an alert that one of your holdings has become non-compliant, you will also get on the app itself the number of days left to exit that stock, so that you are rest assured that you do not breach the grace period for exiting the turned non-compliant stocks. In addition, you do not have to worry about computation of what is your dividend purification or the overall purification from Islamic or Sharia compliant trading. So automated purification is also available now. Automatically purify non-halal income from dividends and capital gains using Islamically's purification tool. So these key features come up on the app now. I'll repeat them. One is you can sync your broker so that all your portfolio stocks are monitored for Sharia compliance. You can trade in halal stocks by linking your Islamically app with your broker account. You will get an alert when any stock in your portfolio becomes non-compliant, including telling you the grace period which is left to exit that stock. Lastly and fourthly, you will have an automated purification of your entire portfolio in real-time basis available to you on the app itself. For our audience who understands Urdu, बड़ा सिंपल सा हमने आपके लिए सोल्यूशन लेके आए हैं जिसके हिसाब से आप अपने शरिया कंप्लायंट ट्रेडिंग जर्नी को बड़े सुकून से, बड़े आराम से मॉनिटर कर सकते हैं। आपको सिंपली इस्लामिकली ऐप डाउनलोड करना है, उसमें लॉगिन करना है, उसका जो भी आपका मार्केट है सेलेक्ट करना है, सब्सक्रिप्शन पे करना है, एंड उसके बाद आप अपने ब्रोकर अकाउंट को, जैसे आपका जीरोदा है, अपस्टॉक है, एंजल वन है, शेर खान है, जो भी आपका ब्रोकर अकाउंट है, वो ब्रोकर अकाउंट को इस्लामिकली ऐप से लिंक करना है। कैसे लिंक करना है इसके प्रीवियस स्लाइड में मैंने बताया है। इसके फायदे क्या है? इसके फायदे ये हैं कि अगर आप कोई भी स्टॉक ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, अपने ब्रोकर ऐप में भी आपको इस्लामिकली उसको मॉनिटर करेगा और आपको क्लियर बताएगा कि कौन से स्टॉक्स कंप्लायंट है, कौन से स्टॉक्स नॉन कंप्लायंट है। अगर कोई आपका स्टॉक नॉन कंप्लायंट होता है या नॉन हलाल होता है तो उस हालत में आपको एक नोटिफिकेशन आएगा कि ये स्टॉक नॉन कंप्लायंट हो गया है, आप इस स्टॉक को एग्जिट कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा हम आपको ये भी दिखाते हैं कि अगर कोई स्टॉक नॉन कंप्लायंट हो गया है तो वो कितने दिन आपके पास बचे हैं ग्रेस पीरियड के, जो आपको मोहलत दी जाती है जिसमें आपको ये स्टॉक से एग्जिट करना है, ये भी नंबर ऑफ डेज आपको बता दिया जाएगा ऐप के ऊपर। लास्टली आपको ये भी बता दिया जाएगा इन एन ऑटोमेटेड मैनर, ऑटोमेटिकली आपको डिस्प्ले हो जाएगा कि आपका प्यूरिफिकेशन वैल्यू क्या है, तो आपको कंप्यूट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। इंशाल्लाह ये सारे बेनिफिट्स के साथ आपको इस्लामिक ट्रेडिंग में कोई दिक्कत नहीं आनी चाहिए इंशाल्लाह। लेट्स मूव ऑन। जैसे मैंने बताया कि 36 प्लस ब्रोकर्स अभी हमारे साथ जुड़ चुके हैं। कई सारे ब्रोकर्स हैं ग्लोबली, इंडियन एज वेल। सो अगर पहली लाइन अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये यूजुअली इंडियन ब्रोकर्स हैं। सेकेंड लाइन में कुछ इंडियन ब्रोकर्स हैं और कुछ वेस्टर्न ब्रोकर्स हैं। थर्ड और फोर्थ लाइन में भी इंडियन और वेस्टर्न ब्रोकर्स अवेलेबल है। ये सारे ब्रोकर्स है, लाइक इंडिया में अपस्टॉक्स है, ग्रो है, जीरोदा है, एंजल वन है, 5 पैसा, आईसीआईसीआई डायरेक्ट, धन, विजडम, सारे बड़े ब्रोकर्स जो इंडिया में काम करते हैं वो यहाँ पे अवेलेबल है. इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वेस्टर्न मार्केट्स एंड आउटसाइड इंडिया, वी गॉट टन्स ऑफ ब्रोकर्स अवेलेबल, लाइक द बिग वंस लाइक ट्रेडिया, वेतिका, स्टेक, TD Amiri, Trustline, Robinhood, Alpaca, Fidelity. All of these are already integrated into the app. So most of the market is covered using this list, is what I believe. Let's move on. Previously, I'm just taking this couple of minutes more to explain to you what was there previously and what is it there currently. So the limitation in this process was many users trade across different platforms, and often trades made outside Islamically weren't captured. पहले क्या था, अगर आप इस्लामिकली ऐप के थ्रू ट्रेड करते हो तभी आपका पोर्टफोलियो मॉनिटर होता था. अब इसकी वजह से we have seen that this has led to incomplete tracking of Sharia compliance. तो ये जो हमारा पुराना फीचर था उसकी वजह से incomplete tracking हो रही थी Sharia compliant portfolios की. Hence we have come up with this new solution. So introducing syncing outside trades for complete Sharia compliance. With the new update, you can now sync trades made outside the Islamically app, capturing everything no matter where you trade. I'll repeat, with the new Islamically update, you can now sync trades made outside the Islamically app as well, so that everything and 100% monitoring of your portfolio happens within the Islamically app. So now there is no need to trade from the Islamically app. You can trade with the comfort and the ease that your existing brokers provide. Just come to Islamically, link your account to Islamically through the process that I have explained to you. It's self-explanatory as well once you come on the app as well. And this will help you monitor the compliance of your portfolio. Now, what happens in terms when a stock turns non-compliant? I'm just showing you the screen so that you become comfortable. क्या होता है जब आपका कोई स्टॉक non-compliant होता है? इसके ऊपर कैसे स्क्रीन्स दिखती हैं ये मैंने आपके सामने रखा है अभी. So what happens if a stock in your portfolio turns non-compliant? Islamically will immediately notify you and provide a grace period to exit the stock. अगर आप right hand side की जो image देखेंगे वहां पे आप देख सकते हैं कि आपके पास let's say दो स्टॉक्स है, एक ग्रीन है और एक रेड है. ग्रीन मतलब ये स्टॉक शरिया कंप्लायंट है. यू कैन बाय मोर, यू कैन सेल मोर एज वेल. You can sell from that, and then you get the purification if available. What I mean to say is, if available, let's say you are invested in a stock which is Sharia compliant, it has not yet given a dividend for the current period, hence there will be no purification applicable. So ये section आपको दिखाई नहीं देगा. जब dividend आएगा उसके बाद ये सेक्शन आपको दिखाना शुरू कर देंगे. सिमिलरली अगर आपने ये स्टॉक होल्ड किया है और कोई कैपिटल गेन्स इसमें है, जिसके बहुत सारे सिनेरियोज हमने एक्सप्लेन किया है डिविडेंड प्योरिफिकेशन प्रोसेस में, अगर कैपिटल गेन्स प्योरिफिकेशन कुछ एप्लीकेबल है तो वो भी दिखाई देगा. अनरियलाइज्ड कैपिटल गेन which will also be shown, which needs to be purified, and the total purification value will also be shown. In the second example, which is the red section, this means this stock has turned non-compliant. When a stock turns non-compliant, you can't buy more. You can only sell that stock, but you have a 90-day grace period available. When does this 90-day grace period end? That clear your position by date is absolutely crystal clear mentioned in your app itself. So this will help you with a peace of mind that none of your trades will be non-compliant and your portfolio is in full compliance with Sharia rules. So, another feature, another way of refreshing your portfolio. आपने एक बार लिंक कर दिया, उस टाइम पे आपके सारे पोर्टफोलियो इंपोर्ट हो गए इस्लामिकली में और सारा एनालिसिस आपको दिखा दिया गया. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इन अ कंटिन्यूअस बेसिस? What happens that you've linked your account today and tomorrow you want to again update your portfolio, you have made some changes to your portfolio, or what happens on a continuous basis from there onwards? Very, very simple. If you come on the app, on the applet, on the section where it is showing the trades, just click on that. It will open up your holding section. Or you can navigate to the holding section from the bottom menu as well. If you navigate to the holding section, you will see this icon which is called refresh. Just click on this refresh and you will again get a fresh import of your current holdings, and the same analysis is given to you. For India market, you can refresh this once per trading day. So we recommend that you click this at the end of trading day for the India market. For non-India markets, which is mostly the Western and the Middle Eastern markets as well as the Far East, with the brokers that we have in place, this syncing is allowed on a continuous basis. That means that at any given point in time, you can click on this refresh and the latest portfolio is imported. India के जो users हैं, उनके लिए आप मार्केट ट्रेडिंग डे में एक बार इसको पोर्टफोलियो को रिफ्रेश कर सकते हैं. पोर्टफोलियो को जब रिफ्रेश करेंगे, अगर आप लॉग्ड इन है ऑलरेडी, इट विल इंपोर्ट द होल्डिंग्स इमीडिएटली. अगर आपका लॉगिन एक्सपायर हो चुका है, तो आप जब रिफ्रेश करेंगे अगेन, ये आपको ब्रोकर सिलेक्शन पे ले जाएगा. ब्रोकर सेलेक्ट करिए आप अपना, ब्रोकर पासवर्ड डालिए, उसको वैलिडेट करिए, और उस टाइम पर ये लिंक हो जाएगा और आपके लेटेस्ट होल्डिंग्स अपडेट हो जाएंगे इस्लामिकली में. हमारा ये सजेशन है कि इंडियन यूजर्स अपडेट करें अपना पोर्टफोलियो बाय रिफ्रेश पे बटन दबा के एंड ऑफ ट्रेडिंग डे. जैसे आपका 3:30 को ट्रेड डे खत्म हो गया, आपने अपने ट्रेड रिकंसाइल कर लिए, आप तब आकर इसको रिफ्रेश दबाइए, ताकि डे एंड के जितने भी ट्रेड्स है, जो पोजीशंस आपकी है, ये सब इस्लामिकली में इंपोर्ट हो जाए और आपको शरिया मॉनिटरिंग दिखाई दे. People who are outside India, who are using the Western brokers, they can sync their holdings or refresh their holdings at any given point in time. There is no limit for it. Another good news that we have is we have expanded the broker offerings as well. So Alhamdulillah, we've managed to get 7 new brokers who are supporting this functionality. So we now support 7 new brokers such as Questrade, Upstock, Trading 212, Interactive Brokers, E-Trade, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, and there are a couple of more which are also in the pipeline of getting integrated. So a lot of people were asking us that why don't we have E-Trade or Upstocks or Interactive Brokers, and even a lot of people are trading through Questrade and T212. We managed to get these brokers also integrated on the app. So if you're using any of these brokers, which are international brokers, as well as Upstock, which is an Indian broker, if you are using these broker platforms, you will be now, alhamdulillah, be able to link it to the Islamically app. So with this update, I think a more comprehensive coverage has been given, which inshallah should be able to help our users monitor their Sharia compliance, monitor their portfolio in Sharia compliance, inshallah. So what are you waiting for? Get started with Islamically today by downloading the app. We will start the Q&A session. Please post your questions over here on the chat function or the Q&A function. If your question is in English, I'll be happy to answer it in English. If your question is in Hindi or Urdu, inshallah, I'll be able to take that as well. Before that, I have a couple of top secret announcements that I'd like to make. The not so top secret announcement is that we are currently running a month-end sale, which is a deep discounted price. The coupon code is month-end sale, MONTHENDSALE. That's the code. You would have got an email as well. Please utilize this to get on to the Islamically bandwagon and have your Sharia compliant stock trading journey started. The top secret. Let me just stop my slide share. Stop slide share, yeah. The top secret announcement that I have is we have 2 brilliant products coming up in the next 4 weeks itself. Very, very important. It's going to help, and this is specifically for Indian users as well as non-resident Indian users who have been accessing an asset class which we have brought to you in a Sharia compliant manner and in a very, very cost effective manner and a very efficient manner. I can't disclose much. Probably in the next 5 to 10 days, you will get the announcement, you will get the emails, and inshallah, I am very positive. We've got massive initial positive feedback with the closed user group that we have launched this already with. This is the demand from specifically Indian users as well as non-resident Indian users across the world who have been looking to invest in this asset class. And we've brought it in a Sharia compliant manner. And as usual, anything that Islamically does is with full Sharia compliance certification. In Hindi or Urdu, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारी टीम ने आपकी बात रखी, आपका फीडबैक सुना और हमने एक एसेट क्लास लॉन्च करने का प्रोग्राम बनाया है. वो एसेट क्लास जिसमें इंडियन मुस्लिम्स एज वेल एज नॉन रेजिडेंट इंडियन मुस्लिम्स काफी जबरदस्त तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं इन अ वेरी इनएफिशिएंट मैनर. और कई सारी स्कीम्स इसमें ऐसी है जो शरिया कंप्लायंट नहीं होती, बट मुस्लिम्स आर हैविंग नो चॉइस but to access that product in the non-compliant manner, unfortunately, in India. Alhamdulillah, हम लोग ने उस asset class को sharia compliant basis पर लेकर आए हैं. ऐप के ऊपर लेके आएंगे, digital mechanism से आप उसमें invest कर सकते हैं. It is fully compliant with local laws and it is fully safe and secure as well. This announcement is a precursor to our launch, which is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 days, inshallah. That is one. उसके बाद एक और एक बढ़िया प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है जिसके बारे में हम बड़े महीनों से काम कर रहे थे और इसलिए प्रोडक्ट लॉन्चेस थोड़े स्लो थे इस्लामिकली पे. बट ये प्रोडक्ट जो आ रहा है वो इन्वेस्टिंग और स्टॉक्स के अंदर ही आ रहा है, जिससे आपके मैक्सिमम डिमांड जो इस्लामिक इन्वेस्टर्स चाहते हैं ग्लोबली, चाहे इंडियन हो, नॉन इंडियन हो, वेस्टर्न हो, मिडल ईस्टर्न हो या साउथ ईस्ट एशियन हो, उसमें इन्वेस्ट किया जा सकता है इन अ फुल्ली शरिया कंप्लायंट मैनर. In English, we are coming up with another stock-based, equity-based product, which has been a massive demand on the Islamically platform. We've got huge amount of feedback on it. We've worked on it with the Sharia scholars. We worked on it with the technical teams. We worked on it with data vendors. We worked on it and we developed the entire technology in-house so that we can bring this asset class or this method of investing to Sharia compliant investors globally. To access that, please get your accounts synced, your broker accounts synced with Islamically so that you can get the benefit of that product from day one of its launch, inshallah. These two products are probably going to revolutionize the way people invest in different asset classes. Not only are these two products coming in now, there are couple of more products coming in subsequent future as well. When I say subsequent future, I am not talking very long term. I'm talking in the next 3 to 4 months maximum. You will see the entire face of Islamically app changing, the entire user experience changing, and it has been brought to the best standards, I would say, across the industry. So these two announcements, keep in mind, keep checking the Islamically app and keep yourself updated and be near to us. Do not think that Islamically is only about stock screening. We are the number one in stock screening. We are the most credible in stock screening. Thanks to you, Jazakallah khair, for trusting us with that kind of belief that Islamically is doing an above standard job is the least I would like to say, because it's you who have to give us the thumbs up. It's you who has to give us the user ratings on the app. Yes, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, that please do go to the App Store and give your honest feedback as to what you feel about Islamically, what functionalities you appreciate, which functionalities may not be that great. If something is not working out, please do reach us out through this 24/7 customer support that we provide through the WhatsApp integration that we have on the app itself. Or if you do not use WhatsApp, just send us an email on info@islamically.com. So before we start the Q&A session, we have 30 minutes to wrap that up, inshallah. And to recoup, we are currently doing a month-end sale. Please do utilize that coupon code, which is month-end. I'll just punch it up over here. month and sale. It's on the comment section. That's the coupon code that you can use. 2 exciting products coming up in the next 10 days, maximum next 10 days. 10 days, I'm talking very, very conservatively. It will come before that itself, inshallah. Another product which is going to be applicable across the world and probably change the way Muslims invest in the stock market. Inshallah, that is our effort. It's going to come up again in the next 4 to 6 weeks, inshallah. Look out for these products, and let's get to the Q&A section. So I will start with the questions posted in the chat function. From top to bottom is what I usually prefer. Okay, there's a question on Shadab says, few questions on linking my DMAT account with Islamically. We are not asking you to link your DMAT account with Islamically. We are asking you to link your broker account. So let's say you have a Zerodha account or a IB account or an Upstock account or a Trader account or an Alpaca account. The way you access your app by putting your username and password, that's exactly what we require at our end as well. Remember, we do not store your password. We have zero access to your user ID as well and your password as well. All of it happens within the technical environment of your broker. Just that your broker at the end of the trade passes back with consent your holdings. So we're not asking you to link your DMAT account. We're asking you to link your broker account. There's another question. There is Tata Mutual Fund. Tata Mutual Fund is Sharia compliance. Yes, Tata Ethical Fund. Tata Ethical Fund is Sharia compliant. In the future, you will also see this mutual fund being available on the Islamically app. We are working with them to bring them on the Islamically app as well. Inshallah, very soon you will have direct access to investing in Tata Ethical Fund through the Islamically app as well. Tata Ethical Fund. Remember, it's Tata Ethical Fund, which is Sharia compliant. Not all mutual fund schemes of Tata are Sharia compliant. Let's move on. Okay, Zaki is saying Islamically should give options to merge accounts from brokers so as to update every time we buy new stocks. Exactly what you wanted is what we have done. So we can merge more and more brokers into the Islamically app. As I said, just connect your broker account to the Islamically app and it will start monitoring it, whether you trade with the Islamically app or outside the Islamically app. What I mean to say is if you trade within your broker app and refresh your holdings on the Islamically app, it will get imported and Sharia compliance monitoring will start at our end. Someone is asking how to verify if a mutual fund is compliant. Can we also add MF into Islamically? Yes, we inshallah very soon we are going to have a list of mutual funds which are Sharia compliant on the Islamically app. Let's say in India we have currently only one. In the Western markets we have couple of more mutual funds available. All of those will come as a separate section. It's a slightly longer process to integrate all of these things into the Islamically app, hence it's taking some time. But yes, you will have mutual funds as well available on the Islamically app. And this is not what I was trying to talk about in terms of what's coming. Okay, the mutual fund being available on the Islamically app is not what I'm trying to talk about. That's a very simple, straightforward thing. You just have to bring it into the Islamically app and to talk to different vendors to get that done. And there are regulatory issues to be resolved on that side. In terms of the question, how to verify if a mutual fund is Sharia compliant? If a mutual fund is Sharia compliant, it should have, without doubt, one, that is Sharia compliance certification. There should be any Sharia scholar who should say that they've reviewed the prospectus of the company and they believe that this is a Sharia compliant mutual fund. This is usually, or in all cases, given out by the mutual fund manager himself. Let's say in the West, you've got Wealthsimple ETF. That Wealthsimple ETF in the Western markets is a Sharia certified is a Sharia certified ETF. Similarly, we've got other mutual funds which are certified as Sharia compliant. This certification is obtained by the mutual fund manager himself. This certification should be available on the website and you should have access to that. Secondly, any scheme which is certified as Sharia compliant should have at least a semi-annual or an annual audit. The best practice is to have a quarterly audit, and the most acceptable practice is to have a semi-annual audit. But some mutual funds might also conduct an annual audit, which is fine, I would say. So 1, they should have a certification. 2, they should have a semi-annual or an annual audit available. If they do not have the audit available, then the reliability of that scheme becomes low, because the structure may be compliant, but in practice, it's unlikely though, but in practice, there may be a situation wherein certain non-compliant elements would have crept into the day-to-day functioning of that product. So that is your answer. Someone is asking, can I have multiple Demat accounts in one broker I own under one Islamically account? Yes, you can link multiples as well. I believe the limit is up to 5 accounts that we have given. I don't believe in our, we don't think that there will be more than 5 brokers that you will be using. So up to 5 brokers could be integrated in the Islamically environment. Someone is asking, is investment in Tata Ethical Fund covered in purification calculation? Investment in Tata Ethical Fund is not covered in Islamically purification calculation as of now. But if you go to the Tata Ethical website, every semi-annual period, they provide the purging ratio. They call it the purging ratio. So look at the purging ratio and purify accordingly. Inshallah, when we have this mutual fund on the Islamically app, all of this will be automated and computed and given to you inside your portfolio itself. Currently, we do not support mutual fund purification, but when we integrate these mutual funds and ETFs into our app, you will have the purification also available inside the app. But as of now, if you are investing in a Tata Ethical Fund on the Tata Ethical Fund website, you get the purging ratio. Just download that file and you will know what is the purification for the current period. Okay, Syed is asking a question which he says that I should not skip. Inshallah, I will not skip it. Please advise on Indus Tower stock, non-compliant and Islamically, and Tata Ethical Fund is included. I have been asking for a while, no response from Islamically. Kindly be transparent and advise. Do not skip this question. Inshallah, we will not skip this question, as you can see. As you are saying that Indus Tower is Sharia compliant according to Islamically, but it is not compliant as per sorry, it's the other way around. Indus Tower stock is non-compliant in Islamically, but it is included in the Tata Ethical Fund. You are asking why is that so? Point number 1, we will have to recheck before we answer these questions. We'll have to recheck that Indus Tower stock is indeed non-compliant. I'm saying that I will recheck, although I do not need to, because Islamically is updated on a daily basis. And we have a massive QF function. So on a daily basis, we update the compliance of stocks. So the reason could be, 1, as you can see, Tata Ethical follows a different Sharia compliance criteria. It is not the same as the criteria of Islamically. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is Islamically updates its status on a real-time basis. What I mean to say is that it is updated on a daily basis. Whenever a new financial for a company comes in, it gets ingested into Islamically, gets reviewed, gets quality assured, gets a sanity check, and then it is published within 24 hours of that priority list coming in and the stock being updated for the latest compliance. So assuming that the stock has got latest financial numbers, latest purification numbers, and the latest business compliance numbers, the stock got updated and that stock is considered as non-compliant in our environment. Tata Ethical, on the other hand, will only update the holdings possibly every quarter. They will not update the holdings prior to that. This is what my understanding is. So it is not real time that they make changes to their portfolio. They make changes to their portfolio within every quarter. So there is a time lag between both. Islamically is the most updated and the fastest updated platform, I would say, which updates these compliances immediately as soon as the financial numbers are available. Whereas funds do not make that change immediately. That does not mean it is non-compliant. It is an SOP or a process which is approved by the Sharia committee, which has given approval to that fund. So if they're updating it every quarter, it's an acceptable Sharia practice that fund managers are allowed to update their portfolios every quarter. And changes in compliance in between the quarter are not considered. So these are the three reasons why I believe that there could be a difference between what Islamically tells and what other funds might be holding. At the same time, we will definitely get this stock reviewed. If any change is there, it will reflect immediately. I do not believe there will be any change, but you should always be conservative because we are doing a sensitive work out here. We will definitely check. I have made a note, and my team is also on this webinar, and they are noting it down that we've got to have a double check, triple check actually. Double check has already been done. Triple check on this stock. Regarding subscription queries, definitely get in touch with our customer support team, and they will be more than happy to assist you at any given point in time. Shabazz, thank you for subscribing right now. You say that you're facing some technical difficulty. Again, hit the WhatsApp button or send an email to info@islamically.com and we will get back to you immediately. We have a 24/7 customer support system which will help you resolve any issue that you may have in a personalized manner as well. Mohammad Aqil says, MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair. Good news, we are happy, but it should be for normal investors, not like 50 lakhs, which you made last video. Last webinar was about a PMS scheme. PMS scheme by regulation asks for 50 lakh Indian rupees to be invested. If you do not have that, we have the Green Portfolio small case. And as I said, 2 new exciting products are coming up in the next 4 to 6 weeks at max. The first one is going to come in the next 1 week itself, inshallah. The next one will come in the next 4 weeks about. There, even you can invest as low as whatever is your capacity. There is no restriction on that. If you're trading as an advisor account where you're trading in multiple accounts, you'll have to create multiple accounts in Islamically as well. So you can't be merging multiple accounts into one. But as I said, with one account, you can link 5 brokers. That is possible. Muzaffar Iqbal is asking what type of your tie-up with Green Portfolio PMS. Green Portfolio PMS is a joint venture between Islamically and Green Portfolio. When I say joint venture, we are only responsible for Sharia compliance monitoring. Islamically is responsible for Sharia compliance monitoring. The management, investment, all of it is taken care of by Green Portfolio under their Securities Exchange Board of India license that they have to give out such a PMS service. So for investment returns or for any fiduciary responsibility, Islamically is not responsible. Green Portfolio is directly responsible as they are authorized by the regulator to conduct that activity. Islamically is only concerned with ensuring that their entire investment process is Sharia compliant, for which a certification has been issued to them. Secondly, we will continuously monitor their portfolio, continuously monitor the entire activity of investing, and give an assurance on a semi-annual basis that this portfolio or this scheme is in Sharia compliance. So you will also have a Sharia compliance certification for its audit in a semi-annual basis. But at the same time, we are continuously monitoring their activities in terms of how they invest and ensuring that all trades are in compliance with Sharia, and whatever is a purification applicable on it is also published to the investors in a transparent manner. Alhamdulillah, we've got a massive response. When I say massive, for 50 lakh plus, the number of people investing in such kind of schemes are quite low. But given that kind of a investment cycle, we see a lot of interest in the PMS, which gives us immense happiness that we as Muslims are, alhamdulillah, quite wealthy as well. And we are very, very fortunate that we've been able to bring such products to the consumers in India who did not have access previously to such kind of products. So that, I hope, answers your question. Regarding syncing and monitoring of advisor accounts, For us, you can create one account, as I said, link 5 accounts, and you can monitor it. If you have more than 5 accounts under your advisory, you'll have to probably create multiple accounts in Islamically and then come back and link them as well. Somebody is asking, Motilal Oswal Sharia compliant PMS पे इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं? मोतीलाल, शरिया कंप्लाइंट PMS के बारे में मैं ज्यादा जानता नहीं हूँ, बट मैंने सुना है कि उनके पास भी इन्वेस्टमेंट सर्टिफिकेट है. अगर आप उनके इन्वेस्टमेंट शरिया कंप्लाइंट इन्वेस्टिंग सर्टिफिकेट से मुतमईन है तो आप you can go ahead with them. We at Islamically have not looked at it, but inshallah we are also trying to bring बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स को भी हम लाना चाह रहे हैं जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं मार्केट में, बट पब्लिक को हो सकता है पता नहीं उस बारे में. सो हम उसको स्टडी करेंगे, उसका सर्टिफिकेशन स्टडी करेंगे, एंड देन वी विल ब्रिंग इट ऑन द Islamically ऐप एज वेल. अगर आपके पास उसका सर्टिफिकेशन है और आप उस सर्टिफिकेशन से मुतमईन है तो आप उसमें इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं. Abdullah is asking, the user should get notification once a stock in his holdings turns non-compliant. Is this feature available now? If not, you can make it. This feature is now available. If a stock turns non-compliant, you will get a notification if your account is synced with Islamically. Your broker account and the Islamically account has to be synced. If yes, if a stock turns non-compliant, you'll get a notification. Syed has a similar question on Indus Tower. I've explained that in detail. Fasahat says, please cover Indian ETFs in Islamically. We're coming up with a better solution to that. I don't think there is any ETF in India which is Sharia compliant as of now. In my knowledge, he's asking, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Islamically can bring gold ETF Sharia compliant platforms. Yes, we have looked into it, and hopefully your wish is going to be answered very, very soon. That's the only thing I'd like to tell you. Can I create, Nafis Ahmed is asking, can I create a manual portfolio and add stocks to it without linking my broker account with Islamically? Yes, you can do that. But why would you want to do it when we are giving a direct investing, a direct and auto monitoring option? So just link your account. It's seamless. It's completely secure. It's absolutely regulated as well. Data privacy, everything is taken care of. Islamically does not have access to your passwords, does not have access to even your user ID. It's just an authorization mechanism to give access to your portfolio to Islamically to monitor it. And that's the only thing that we get access to. But if you want to do it manually, you can do it manually as well. Okay, quickly, probably in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll wrap up this webinar. I'm coming to the end of the questions. I will go slightly faster. Question from Muhammad Taha is, Islamically can provide IPO alert which are under Sharia compliance. Or every midday you get a notification that new IPOs have been published. Every day this happens for 5 trading days a month, 5 trading days a week. You get an update that about okay, that's the question. Yes. So if you are looking to invest in IPOs around midday on your app in your local times, you get an update saying that IPOs have been published. Come on the app at that point in time. Either you click on the notification itself, you'll be directed to the IPO page, and you will see all the IPOs in your market which have been covered by Islamically on that day. We are very, very quick in terms of covering IPOs. As soon as the information is available to make a classification, we use that information and make it. We have a specific IPO monitoring team which monitors IPOs across the world 24/7. And publishes it immediately as soon as we have the detailed information available to make a Sharia compliance assessment. So if you come on the app, there's a grid. If you just scroll a little bit on the homepage itself, there's a grid with an IPO section. Click on the IPO section and you'll get all the IPOs for Sharia compliance over there. You can't invest in an IPO through the Islamically app. You can only invest in IPOs through your broker app. But if it's a normal listed stock, post IPO, you can invest through the Islamically app, or you can invest through your broker app in that IPO, and link both these accounts, and Sharia compliance monitoring can happen on the Islamically app. Imran Muhammad Ali is asking, what is PMS? PMS is a portfolio management scheme for large investors, I would say, or mid-size investors, because 50 lakhs is a mid-size segment. 50 lakh rupe, if you have 50 lakh rupees with you and you want to give it to an asset manager to manage in a Sharia compliant manner. So Green Portfolio PMS is available. You can get the link on the Islamically website, or you can get a banner also on top of Islamically app. Click on that banner. You can read about what is PMS, what is Sharia compliant PMS, how is it monitored for Sharia compliance. You can look at the Islamically YouTube channel where we did a webinar last week, about 10 days back, as to what is PMS. The portfolio manager was on the webinar itself, and we got direct answers about what is PMS, how are they going to manage it, what is their exposure, and all of those things from the portfolio manager directly. All of this, you can register your interest. Somebody from Green Portfolio will contact you back, and you can access the Green Portfolio PMS by getting in touch with the Green Portfolio advisors who are SEBI registered, who are completely regulated, and will ensure that complete regulatory touch points are met and all your transactions with them are in compliance with local laws. So PMS is a great way of investing if you have a larger chunk and you want advisory on it from a SEBI registered analyst. All right, Rabia, I've had a look at your comment. Somebody from our team will get back to you, or just send us an email at info@islamically.com. We'll take it forward from there. Muhammad Falil is asking why it's not 0.5, it's 5%. Why 5% revenue from interest is permissible? Interest income is strictly prohibited in Islam, but Islamically board is allowing it. It's not just the Islamically Sharia board, it's all Sharia boards across the world. There are detailed articles available on the Islamically blog which tells you the rationale as to why this is tolerated, not permitted. It's tolerated but not permitted. Remember that. Okay. Why allowing companies to become Sharia compliant? Impure incomes up to 5%. So whether it is income from alcohol, pornography, gambling, casinos, pork, or interest income, this should be below 5%. If it exceeds 5%, the stock is turned non-compliant. You cannot invest in it. But if it is less than 5%, the stock is allowed to be invested in, but that impure income is taken out of your earnings through the purification mechanism. So if any stock screening service provider gives you Sharia compliance, that yes, no, or whatever, I don't understand what that whatever is. When you ask the question that is this stock Sharia compliant, either say yes or you say no. How can you say whatever? I still am me as well as all the leading Sharia scholars in the world with whom we work. They're all baffled by that whatever classification that screening providers are nowadays giving. If a screening provider gives you a classification that the stock is Sharia compliant and does not give out purification, then it's a red flag. I am not saying this, the Sharia scholars say this. The basis, the entire structure of Sharia compliance of equities is based on the principle of purification. Purification has the maximum amount of standing in the Sharia rules, in the ahadith, that you need to purify any impurities which are mixed into your activity. If you try and invest in companies which are 100% Sharia compliant, that means they have zero impure income. You are left with just about 300 to 400 companies across the world, and that too concentrated in the Middle East, where you have no access to invest. So you're completely cut out of the financial world. This is a step up. So currently we're tolerating 5%. Inshallah, in 5-10 years, we'll probably tolerate 3%. Inshallah, after 20-25 years, when we have a massive Islamic movement going on, or in terms of accessing the capital markets, we may have a tolerance of 0. You never know. There's lots of articles, lots of videos, lots of webinars we've done on the Islamically YouTube channel, on our blogs that you can read and get a better understanding on that. Sheikh is asking, Cholamandalam Securities is not available on the app. Cholamandalam Securities is not available on the app is because they do not provide integratable APIs. But I'll again go back to my technical team and ask them if we can integrate Cholamandalam Securities. Okay, very big question. एक कंपनी में 33% तक डेट एंड 5% तक impermissible income का लिमिट है, और वो कंपनी मार्केट में ट्रेड करते हैं और उसमें प्राइस कंपनी का डेट एंड पर्सनल रिफ्लेक्ट होता है, तो लॉजिकली हमें कैपिटल गेन को भी प्योरीफाई करना पड़ेगा. Why capital gain is not to be purified? कैपिटल गेन को आपको प्योरीफाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ये स्टैंड हैज बीन taken by the Sharia board, not only the Islamically Sharia board, but reputed Sharia boards across the Middle East as well as the Far East and the West as well, that Sharia compliance स्टॉक में Sharia compliance स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद जो डिविडेंड आता है उसी को प्योरीफाई करना है. और there's another method which is impure income per stock. Let's say कंपनी का टोटल इम्प्योर इनकम इज $500 और 500 रुपए. इसको हम डिवाइड करेंगे टोटल स्टॉक से, तो इम्प्योर इनकम पर स्टॉक, जैसे आपको अर्निंग पर शेयर आता है, ठीक है, EPS, which is total earnings divided by total outstanding shares. Similarly, impure income divided by total outstanding shares, ये एक और एक फॉर्मूला है which Sharia boards follow. हमारी शरिया बोर्ड ये फॉलो करती है कि अगर आपको वो इम्प्योर इनकम जो कंपनी को मिला है वो आपको ट्रांसफर होता है. कैसे ट्रांसफर होता है? डिविडेंड्स के थ्रू. जो उसमें जो इम्प्योर इनकम मिला हुआ है उसको आपको प्योरीफाई करना है. सो कैपिटल गेन्स प्योरिफिकेशन इज नॉट सपोर्टेड बाय एनी स्कॉलर. कैपिटल गेन का प्योरिफिकेशन जो मेजर स्कॉलर्स है, टॉप 10-15 शरिया स्कॉलर जो AOFI शरिया बोर्ड में भी है, जो बहुत सारे शरिया इंडेक्स प्रोवाइडर्स के शरिया बोर्ड में है, इस्लामिक बैंक्स के शरिया बोर्ड में है, उन सब की राय ये है कि कैपिटल गेन्स को प्योरीफाई नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक बार बोल दिया गया कि ये स्टॉक शरिया कंप्लाइंट है तो उसका सारा रिटर्न कंप्लाइंट होना चाहिए, इल्ला ये कि कोई इम्प्योर इनकम आपके हाथ में आए. आपके हाथ में इम्प्योर इनकम कब आती है? जब कंपनी डिविडेंड पे करती है आपको. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 आपका जो है डज नॉट मेक सेंस. सीरियसली, if it made sense, शरिया कंप्लाइंट इन्वेस्टिंग विल नॉट बी पॉसिबल. आपको अगर डिविडेंड नहीं मिल रहा है तो आपको कुछ प्योरीफाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सिंपल. अगर आप वीकली ट्रेडर हो, स्विंग ट्रेडर हो, ठीक है, शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडर हो, आप डिविडेंड्स नहीं लेना चाहते, आपको कुछ भी प्योरीफाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इमरान मोहम्मद इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज द चार्जेस फॉर PMS. प्लीज गेट इन टच विद द PMS टीम. आप इस्लामिकली ऐप पर आइए, ऊपर बैनर है, वहां क्लिक करिए, अपना इंटरेस्ट रजिस्टर करिए. PMS team will get in touch with you of green portfolio and they will explain the charges as well. Gold ETF and other ETF platforms, please consider along with purification. Inshallah, very soon you're going to be very happy. Nafis Ahmed says, is there any maximum percentage I can take out of my stock's income periodically to purify without calculating the purification? जरूरत नहीं है, जो एग्जैक्ट है वो आपको मिल जाएगा. That's it. Maher has a technical issue in terms of getting on board. Maher, please get in touch with our Islamically team. And I believe you did get in touch with us on LinkedIn as well, especially me directly on LinkedIn. That exact problem is solved now. I'll go to the Q&A. What is the coupon code? The coupon code is month end sale. I'll put it here as well. Again, month end sale. There you go. Okay, quick. I've already answered Tosif Bhai's question. Okay, question from Yusuf Aliyev. There are companies that might appear to be halal in their form of operation, but with their support for Israel in their offensive against Palestine and Muslims in general, investing in them becomes a big issue, and I highly doubt they're halal. They are halal. What is our criteria here? Jazakallah khair, Yusuf. Let me just give you a brief about what is happening on this issue. While this issue is quite sensitive, while this issue is something that definitely Sharia boards are looking at across the world, they are definitely contemplating it and being privy to lots of Sharia boards across the world. I am very well aware that a lot of Sharia boards are trying to come up with methodologies or criteria enhancements which will take care of these things. The key thing is, do we have objective information available to make that assessment? Because we as a standard Sharia screening body across the world, having tons of clients, alhamdulillah, as well as so many individual investors linking their Sharia compliant investing to our information, to Islamically's information. We've got to be absolutely objective in our analysis and have absolute sound backing to make that assessment. Now, what is that sound backing? What is that objective criteria is something that is being definitely worked on. Hopefully, very soon you will have some Sharia board across the world, and you never know, possibly Sharia boards which are closer to us may make some pronouncements for this. So it's something which is in the works, something which is being looked at definitely. Currently, we do not have consensus on it. Currently, we may not have a starting point, but it is something which is definitely being worked on for sure. I can assure you that this is something which is being worked on. It is not reflecting in the screening currently, but hopefully in the future it may. People are asking about the data privacy for linking their accounts Islamically. It's absolutely protected. It's part of the TNC as well. All of this is under regulation as well. None of it is outside regulation. So there is zero access that we have to your passwords, zero access we have to your direct portfolio, zero access we have to your cash account, zero access to anything inside the broker app. Separately, your broker just gives us permission and dumps your portfolio to us. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Why we can only refresh once in a day? That's the technical feature of how Indian brokers have accepted us. They do not allow multiple time syncs during the day, and it doesn't serve any purpose as well. At the end of the day, your portfolios, whatever you're holding, that is what is relevant. Just come to our app, click on the refresh at the end of the day, done. Simple enough. Or if you want real time during the day as you trade, the sync happens, then you come and trade from the Islamically app. Any trade which happens inside the Islamically app or through the Islamically app, that will definitely get captured instantly. Can you link multiple brokers? Yes, up to 5 is what you can link. How to check if a mutual fund is Sharia compliant? In India, there's only one mutual fund which is Sharia compliant, and in our knowledge, which is Tata Ethical Fund. Again, I've taken the question previously. Two things: it should have a Sharia certification. It should have a Sharia compliance semi-annual audit at a minimum, or even an annual audit at a minimum. If you have these two, Sharia compliance certificate should be signed by a Sharia scholar. Two, the audit should also be signed by the Sharia scholar. Zaki says there should be option to view the figure for non-compliant reason. If you come on the stock, you can see why the stock is non-compliant, whether it fails the ratios, whether it fails the business sector screening, and if you can read the summary also tells you why it is non-compliant. Can you sync with more than one broker? Yes, you can sync with more than one broker. Shasab, you have a peculiar question. I believe if you can send an email to us on info@islamically.com, we should be able to help you out. तौसीफ अहमद is saying app में discussion forum में सभी questions को timely update किया करें, हमारे question रहते हैं. Inshallah, that will be taken care of. While we are updating all of these things, we are trying to update all of these things at the back end as well, although it doesn't affect the front end. But now that we have completed the update, inshallah, we will be updating the forum questions as well. What is the coupon code? I have put it up just recently, month end sale. You would have got an email as well. Again, I can see Tata Ethical Fund is investing in OIL, which is not Sharia compliant. Then how is it Sharia compliant? Three reasons primarily. One, Tata Ethical Fund follows a different Sharia methodology. Islamically follows a different Sharia methodology. The second answer is Islamically is updated on a daily basis. Tata Ethical will update it at a reasonable frequency, which is a quarter. So Tata Ethical Fund makes changes to its portfolio in every quarter. So this may become compliant on Islamically, but it may not be compliant in other stocks, or it is non-compliant over here, but Tata Ethical may not have updated that. in their own portfolio, because they will do it only at the end of the quarter. I will skip the questions which we are not authorized to take. Mohammed Tawsif Ahmed question is, I have answered in detail all the three parts. Question from Dr. Wasim is that why there are different Sharia criteria. Ideally, we should have only one criteria and all Muslims should follow that, right? Inshallah. That is something we all dream of. Did the Prophet not say that there will be 70 parts to the religion and only one part will be correct? That is your answer. Unfortunately, fortunately, there are different versions, but all of them are convergent, I would say. They all are converging at the same point. The principles are the same, but the methodology of deriving assurance out of that principle are slightly different. So everybody has put controls over debt, controls over cash, controls over liquid assets. Some are measuring it over current market cap. Some are measuring it over 2-year market cap. Some are measuring them at over 3-year market cap. Some are measuring them over assets. Some are also putting in liquidity ratios. In terms of business sector screening, which is the most critical, everybody has almost standardized what are the sin sectors which have to be kept out. The threshold of 5% is also quite standardized across the world, except in possibly in Malaysia, where they have a 5%, 10%, and a 20% rule, I believe, for different industries. But that also makes sense. So criteria are slightly different. They are convergent though. So I would say that they have 90% overlap. It's just a 10% that there are differences. So the principles are the same. The principles are the same, but the method of monitoring them is slightly different. So that's the technical answer. But as we say, that it has, the religion has interpretations that scholars would like to bring forth. Inshallah, it may converge to one. But AOFI is making a lot of effort in standardizing this, and a lot of standardization has already happened in the past 5 to 7 years. And alhamdulillah, we are moving towards standardization. Zaki says there should be option to view the figure for non-compliant reason. I'm not sure what is the figure for non-compliant reason. If you're saying that what is the impure income and the stock is non-compliant, don't get into that. I am being very candid about this, is because if you think that a stock is non-compliant because it has got 7% impure income and it is above the 5% threshold, I will still invest in that stock and purify 7%. No. It's a strict no from the Sharia scholars. So let's not get into it. I will not explain you the reasons also. It is a no means no. Last question which I'm going to take is, what about Taurus Ethical Mutual Fund? I don't think they have a Sharia certification in place. I don't think they have semi-annual audits of their fund. In addition to that, I also believe that they have written on their prospectus that although they are following a Sharia compliant index, this scheme may not be considered as Sharia compliant. So if they themselves are giving that disclaimer, how do we trust? If there's any update to that, I stand corrected. Last question, Muhammad Falil is asking, doing intraday in normal cash segment is permissible? Doing intraday in normal cash segment is permissible. Definitely, you need to buy first, sell later. You need to buy with the intention of taking delivery. If you do it in the segment which doesn't give you delivery, or it auto squares off at the end of the day, then that trade is not permissible in an intraday manner. But if you have an option to take delivery and you intend to take delivery, but you trade it in and out on the same day, Sharia scholars consider it permissible because there is a clear ownership which gets transferred to you at the time of buy without a doubt. So if you are the clear owner of a stock, there is no limit as to when you can sell it. That brings us to the end of this webinar. I don't think there are any other questions. Sheikh is asking, Assalamu alaikum, Islamically is providing trading services recently, couple of months onwards. Is there any approval or permission they received or registered in SEBI? Please clarify my doubts. Thank you. Thank you very much for a very, very important question. Currently, we are not providing any stock investment advisory. Any advisory or portfolios that we are currently providing is being provided by Green Portfolio. They are SEBI registered. 2, the buy option that has come into the Islamically app is actually a pass-through. So if you click on it, it's an intent to buy, and all the intent goes to your broker, and that broker is adequately registered with the regulatory authorities. Islamically does not and has never recommended anything to be bought, anything to be sold, anything to be a good investment or a bad investment. All our comments are restricted to Sharia compliance as of now, because we do not have SEBI registered authority or any other regulatory authority, either the FCA in the UK or the SEC in the US or FINRA or any of these regulators. We do not come under that because we do not provide any of the services which requires these regulation as of now. In future, if we do such things, we will do it under adequate regulatory cover. So we are definitely not wanting to be on the wrong side of the law at any given point in time. We are here to create an environment which gives adequate assurance to consumers, adequate assurance to investors, and whatever we do, inshallah, will be as per regulation. Jazakallah khair for being on this webinar. This has still overshot by about 18-20 minutes. This recording will be available on the YouTube channel as well. Very, very simply, we've enhanced the entire trading experience. You can now link outside trades to Islamically as well. Refresh your portfolio for Indian users once a day. I recommend doing it at the end of the day. For non-India users, this is continuous. If you want a continuous monitoring, then trade through the Islamically app, which is not a mandate anymore. Again, 2 exciting products going to come up very, very soon. I recommend that you stick and hover very, very close to Islamically for the next 15-20 days. You will get the benefit of getting access to newer asset classes in the most efficient way that is possible and in the most secure way that is possible. Inshallah, very, very good times coming ahead for people who are using Islamically and who have an intention to invest only in a Sharia compliant manner. May Allah give us barakah in our niyyah. May Allah give us barakah in our intentions. And may Allah help us, the Islamically team, to continue doing the work that we are trying to do with honest to God and in a completely governed manner without cutting corners, and give you the credibility that Islamic investing deserves in this age and time. Jazakallah khair for supporting this initiative. Jazakallah khair for being members. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We have a month-end offer, which has the coupon code is month-end sale. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.